I'm April Brown. I'm very proud to be Chief Nurse at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in King's Lynn, leading nurses, midwives and allied health professionals here. I'm their professional lead. I've been here just over 3 weeks and I've had, like many of us, had a long career in the NHS. Started nursing when I was 18. My mother was a nurse, so I am first generation Windrush, and I've nursed predominantly in the south of England, but I was born in Lincolnshire. It was always my wish to become a nurse, and although I'm chief nurse now here in this trust, I am a nurse and very proud to be so. If you speak to any nurse or midwife or allied health professional, we've all got very long and varied careers. So, like many of us, started nursing, did my nurse training when I was 18, worked very hard and had a variety of roles in hospital settings, in acute medicine, worked in various trusts around the east of England, Luton and Dunstable, east and north Hertfordshire, as sister and matron and so forth. But then I had the opportunity and I just felt that I needed to expand my repertoire and gain experience of slightly different settings. So I had a really good time and great experience when I worked in the Department of Health. I was International Officer in Nursing Midwifery for England for a while, which then gave me an opportunity to work with colleagues from the World Health Organisation, our Foreign and Commonwealth Office and Department for International Development. So having that time with diplomatic colleagues and seeing the global political wheels turn was extremely valuable learning, and it was great to be a part of that. Regulation was becoming quite a thing then, 10, 15 years ago. As a health system and as a nurse, we were becoming more and more conscious of that. So I took a role with the Care Quality Commission, and I worked with the Care Quality Commission in the east of England for just over 2.5 years. And again, that was really valuable experience, understanding the regulatory framework and how regulation can support trusts and independent providers to improve the experience and outcome of care for patients and residents. I appreciate, obviously, I'm from black and minority ethnic group. First and foremost, I am a nurse, but I'm all those other things as well. And colleagues from black and minority ethnic backgrounds do come to you for advice because there's scenarios that only we would appreciate. And we've, things have recently come to the fore with Black Lives Matter and the wider population understanding more about microaggressions and just the additional effort, probably the additional thought that as a black and minority ethnic person you have to give to your career and the way that you present. We shouldn't have to, but that is how it is, and I'm really pleased that in this trust our chief executive has made a public statement at board that there is no tolerance in this trust for racial harassment or microaggressions, and she and her team, with me now as an executive, are fully supportive and will support anybody. So I've learned also that, yes, as a woman, as a nurse, as a black and minority ethnic person as well, I may well be, in this position now. I'm very pleased to be here. But that doesn't mean that I pull the ladder up behind me. That means I then have a better opportunity to help everyone, whether they're from a black and minority ethnic background or not. I'm more than happy and have done and will continue to support anyone who's seeking to expand their career or indeed facing difficulties or constraints in their career. So I guess people probably expect you to do a big thing, but it's not necessarily the big things that one begins to influence. So it can be small but impactful things. For example, I've worked in many organisations, but working with communications teams to make sure that the graphic images represent all the staff in the hospital, so that, you know, recruitment material, if I was to work in a place, I'd want to see people that look like me, so helping people to understand how important that is. And also, you know, we've been having some great conversations recently in this trust about making sure our interview panels are diverse. And that's really important because it makes all members of staff feel more comfortable that there's someone that has similar features to them and will help to improve our outcomes for our patients and also the experience of our staff. I'm just keen that we reflect and we learn and we make better for today and the future. And that's all we can do, make sure that we create that learning organisation, and whether that's about diversity or indirect or direct patient care, the experience of our staff.